Time is ticking until changes to Michigan's minimum wage and paid time off go into effect. And today, state lawmakers cleared the first major hurdle to prevent that from happening. Our David Sackrider joining us now. And David, House Republicans have made this their top priority in the new legislative term.
Absolutely, and not just in this term. If you remember, last month, Republicans walked off the job because Democrats would not act on these bills during the lame duck session at the end of the year. When they took over the House, they being Republicans, they made them the first two bills introduced, and now the first two bills passed by the House.
The legislation before us strikes a balance. It retains the current tip credit, ensuring that servers can continue to thrive with the system they want. It responsibly raises the minimum wage over time and adjusts the earned sick leave mandate to better reflect the realities of small business.
The two bills were passed with some bipartisan support. House Bill 4001 would slow the normal minimum wages increase to $15 per hour by an additional year and keep the tipped minimum wage at 38% of that number. At the same time, House Bill 4002 would ensure that paid sick leave requirements only apply to employers with more than 50 workers.
The servers, the restaurants, and their clientele, they cannot afford for the legislature to not act.
Right now, more than 1.7 million Michiganders lack access to even 1 hour of paid sick time. This bill will worsen the crisis by reducing protections for thousands more workers.
House Democrats attempted to find a compromise, offering over a dozen amendments across both bills that would keep things closer to the Supreme Court decision. All were denied.
Big money stakeholders have tried to scare workers into believing their tips will go away if their wage is raised. This is simply not true. In California, tipped workers make $16.50 an hour, and they still have the highest tipping rate in the country at 23%.
Those of us in this chamber are legislators. We make the law, not our current activist Supreme Court. Our job today is to do the will of the people of Michigan and not that of an out-of-state advocacy organization that is disconnected with the workers in the state of Michigan.
This fight is far from over. Now the bills, of course, go to the Senate, who has already introduced a completely different version of the same package. Meanwhile, if no action is taken, the Supreme Court's decision goes into effect on February 21st. In studio, David Sackrider, ABC 12 News.